In today's video, we're going to talk about Endless Tower and the best strategy to clear it fast. First, preparation is key. Gather information on which MVPs are summoned this week by checking each floor here, because if I remember correctly, the MVPs inside get reshuffled. Though this only works for players who have a history of completing the floors, otherwise, you won't be able to see the floors you haven't reached yet. Once you have the full picture of the bosses, this is where your album belt comes in. Change its race to match the MVP's race using the race cards you have available. As for size and element, if you haven't watched my previous guide about the album belt, feel free to check it out. The link is in the comment section. And for races you don't have cards for, you can use double size or element cards instead. For those who aren't able to see each MVP floor, simply following my album belt guide will work just fine. Once your team enters Endless Tower, the timer starts, along with a separate timer bar for skipping purposes. There are 3 types of skips. First, if you complete a floor before the timer bar reaches halfway, you'll skip straight to the MVP room from whichever floor you're on. Second, if the timer doesn't drop below 25%, you'll either move directly to the floor just before the MVP room, or if you're already in that room, you'll go straight to the MVP. The third skip happens when you're below 25% but still have some timer bar left. You'll move directly to 2 floors before the MVP room. But if you're already on that floor or the one just before the MVP room, there's no skipping. And of course, if the main timer runs out, you fail the floor and reset at the current floor. Floor progress is saved each week and only resets on Monday. There's also a cap, depending on how long your server has been open. When entering each floor, especially at low levels, your goal should be to skip straight to the MVP floor. So rushing in and defeating all the monsters is the main target. Just don't leave a single monster behind on your way. If you do, turning around to go back can cost you enough time to miss your goal. At the MVP floor, try to get a glimpse of what kind of MVP is there. So if you need to swap cards, you can change them before reaching the MVP, but only if necessary. For example, on floor 5, the MVP here dies so fast that you should focus on defeating everything instead of doing unnecessary actions. But if you think the MVP won't die within half the timer bar, then you're better off using the album belt. For instance, here we have Maya, Large, Earth, Insect. Our preparation for this is 2 large cards plus Squidjet, since we lack cards against Earth element and insects. After finishing each MVP floor, the loot is obtained and shown beforehand. The mini MVP loot is also received as long as you've passed its floor level. When you reach floor 30, there will be 2 MVPs. Depending on your team's power, you can either take them together or deal with them one by one. Here we have Goblin Leader, Medium, Wind, Demi-Human. So we select our prepared set of cards for it. Just a heads up, this Fire Domain skill deals very strong damage and is especially troublesome for short-range characters. The further you go, the harder the MVPs and monsters become. One more thing you need to watch out for is the mini MVP's affix, especially the one that says immunity. There are times when the monster is immune to any element except for one specific type, or it restores health when hit with a certain element, so watch out on higher floors with mini MVPs. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's very much appreciated. Have you ever had a sleepless night trying to grind in your game, only for your computer to stop responding because of all the stress? Presenting UG Phone, a cloud-based phone service that lets you play your game even when your computer is turned off. You can even run multiple cloud phones at the same time, whether you have multiple character accounts or different games grinding all together. The download link is in the description. Go to the website and use this code to get a big discount on your cloud phone.